Bitch, what are you?
Okay, well, that's a great way to start. Hello and welcome, everybody out there in YouTube, Twitch, and D&D land. I hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Before we jump into the action, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. All of those things help us out tremendously. If you're interested in supporting our community a little bit further, consider becoming a member here in our YouTube channel or a subscriber on our Twitch channel or joining our Patreon, which is listed down in the description below. If you're interested in playing in any of our campaigns like this one, we do have open slots available. Reach out and let me know. We'd be more than happy to have you sit in on one of our games and play with us and enjoy the vibes and enjoy the unique experience you can't get anywhere else. Now, without further ado, Casimir, tell us what the hap was last session.
Welcome back. So, we return a year after the last session where we killed a child and nearly went to prison, had someone die, and had a funeral. Returning after the year, it's a lot's happened for a lot of people. Everyone kind of split off, took their own paths, dealt with things how they needed to. For some, that was amassing all of the gold in the universe, the dragon, and becoming exceptionally greedy. Um, for some, that was spending a lot of time researching, finding that vengeance needed to be paid, the blood that was spent needed real solutions, and time was spent to come to how best to enact that based on the revelations learned and what our future plans may be. For others, it was spent training, I believe, for Ark. I think some took time to reflect on themselves, spent time training their body, training their mind, and working to improve themselves, to pursue their own goals. And others just ran from the problems that persist. Just disappearing around the universe to fight, kill, maim, run from everything. But coming back after the year, on the anniversary of Liara's funeral, all our heroes reunite, pay their respects. It's been a long time. But as they're all paying their respects, they are suddenly intruded on, essentially.
You can say accursed. It's fine.
Yeah. I, by some fortune, someone falls through the plains to them. Some woman with unicorns and fiends and all sorts of things that no one understands, being chased by a being from the heavens, a deva, I believe it was, trying to harm them down. But it turns out that they are the avatar of 22, come in search of the champion of 22, which would be Casimir. It's a strange mix and an awkward confrontation, and Casimir does not take too lightly to on what is an anniversary that being interrupted by people who have no business and decimated the angel before they could even really talk about it. But they have a new problem, one that Vindir first saw, that all the gods are starting to try to take down those that are coming to power, and especially those that are becoming an avatar. One which could have potentially have been Liara, but now what is the first one, I believe, in centuries, being Natalie, Clover, whatever name she kind of goes by, who is with us. And since we were here, We didn't exactly have much love for the gods. And there was some aspect of responsibility to be felt. They decided to move to somewhere more reasonable to at least discuss what was going on. And because of the difficulties of everything, they decided to go to No Man's Land. And I believe that the story just comes back just as they're arriving.
So, you've all made it to No Man's Land. That nice little patch of sand that, Casimir, you inherited. Though the church is buried and all of the people who were worshippers are buried underneath it as well. It's at least a location that has, well, a thatched together roof, despite the bombarding sun above.
I haven't exactly made this place hospitable after everything, but make yourselves at home.
So the church is buried?
What church?
Yeah.
There is no church. It's just a barren wasteland.
The church that was there was buried by Zafrin and his people, and all of the worshippers of Shar that were developing were also buried with it.
Okay.
But
And
there's
No Man's
n-
Land is somewhere that the divine can't enter.
Correct. It is this stretch up here of beach. Nothing of a celestial origin can influence or walk here.
Okay.
How does that work with Natalie?
She is not a celestial of celestial origin unless she channels her god.
Okay.
Yeah. She's an avatar. She isn't the god yet.
Yeah, I just wondered how that worked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering too, because I got that divine spark, and
You're not considered a god yet.
He wants to be a
What-
god.
All right.
Gods are pitiful things. Would you really wish to be one?
So what are we doing in No Man's Land?
Keeping Natalie safe. More or less, you were coming here to drop her off so she can be safe while you guys go off and do something else, and then retrieve her when you have a solution to the Pantheon sending people after her trying to capture her.
Mm-hmm.
And Vindir, nobody's aware of what you researched yet.
oh, okay. Well,
I'm fairly certain most of them like zoned out during all of that as well.
yeah. Let me get my.
It was like
comprehensive.
It was like an hour long.
Yes, I have a bunch of notes, and they're let's just say if you didn't write them, you would have no idea what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
But I went and did research for the past year. I did research on the gods themselves. I truly think that even the most powerful ones are being useless. With some of my research, though, I did find that some of them aren't as useless as I thought. Arene is literally the physical embodiment of the abyss. So if she goes, the abyss goes, and if the abyss goes, Exium is freed. So really can't be having that.
Well, shit.
Yeah. The Raven Queen started off as a mortal, became an avatar, and the gods fear avatars because they can usurp their gods. They have the power to sever the god's connection to the realm.
Then why do gods have avatars in the first place?
There's only one, and that's her. She's the only avatar living, and the
We've
only
met.
avatar to be around for 2,000 years.
We've met another avatar. We fought one. Granted, that was of a law. We've actually met, well, a couple. How does that differ between laws and gods?
I did not reach those answers in my research. Also, I thought I was an avatar at one point as well, but I have a feeling that they bestow the title but not the power. So you have may have fought avatars of gods, but they weren't true avatars. They didn't actually have the power. They just had the title.
Well, you have as well. Lucifon. We faced him. The
Yeah, but-
avatar of consequence.
Yeah,
That was a law. Well, not
Yeah,
a,
but
not as
yeah,
a
I didn't.
god.
Yeah, I wasn't able to get a lot of research on the laws done.
I know bits and pieces. I've had to do some research, but
Yeah.
laws are essentially immutable forces in the universe. They seem to be above gods in some ways. They're immutable facts of like rules of the universe.
Yeah, there's a lot of like coinciding with them because from research, maybe I wrote this down wrong, Joey, but let me make sure I'm right. Frederick is a law, correct?
Fendrick?
Yes.
Let me bring you guys over to that map.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of overlap in some of them.
And wasn't he the law of death?
Yes.
Okay.
Death and decay.
Decay, yeah.
You did not discover the origin of him. You know the origin of Herency and Craven was Exium. The origin of Irene, Eluragine, and Janus are Aseso. Fendrick is the only one people do not know the origin of.
Yeah.
I believe Janus is also the law of time, because we met his other half.
Yeah, you met his corrupted self in the
Yes.
abyss.
I don't know if there's duplicate natures or if they're sort of one and the same. Because you've met gods that don't hold any sway over laws.
And it could be that why am I drawing a blank on his name right now? Devil.
Lucifon?
Yeah. And it could just be Lucifon is that these laws either take over, they have to be ran by a god or taken over via the avatar. Because as soon as Lucifon turned into Pestilence, he was
Consequence.
Consequence, excuse me. He wasn't Lucifon anymore.
Yes, he was an entirely different person. He
Yeah.
was purely consequence then. I know. Does that not have the same merit then? That's the thing I wonder. Because if she is to become an avatar of 22, but we have met him who's an avatar of law, why are they scared of theirs but not of him?
Well, they have locked up 22 for millennia multiple times, and they release her every now and then to see if she will toe the line, and if inevitably she doesn't, and they lock her back up. they don't like the fact that she is as powerful as she is. I believe they fear her just as much as avatars. Maybe a little bit less, just because they do let her out every now and then. But
I suppose it's a string of bad luck. They were not the ones to free her this time. Or at least, not directly. That was a long time ago that we found her. I believe she was locked in a box. When we managed to open it, we had no idea what we found, but that was... We released 22 this time. Well, that was on purpose, but a lot of it was left by them to, like, released. Who can say, but... I remember at the time they didn't. It wasn't expected that she was to be released.
they haven't locked her back up, so I'm assuming they're okay with her for now.
I don't know if they can.
Not with me
That's-
around. Natalie will say.
Yeah, they might not be able to, regardless if Natalie's around or not. They might not have the power to anymore. I don't know.
I feel like there is some rule that they have that they're not able to interfere too much with one another. I believe Lucian and Gabriella might have said something to that extent. That they could only stretch so far because they couldn't interfere in others' plans. I may be wrong about this. This is me drawing on old memories. It's been a while since then. But so what are
Well,
we to do for her?
we've got to. I mean, honestly, there's only two ways we can go, or three really. Let them take Natalie, which I find to be out of the question. Convince them otherwise not to take her, which I don't believe is going to happen, or we keep doing what we're doing and kill the messengers and find the ones who are sending out the message.
That's true. The Natalie, the thing that followed you, did it say who it came by?
No. Did it? I believe it did.
Uh,
It did. Yes, it was a change.
Changebringer. Yeah, the Changebringer.
And the Dawnfather sent one as well. I think that's the one we killed.
Yeah, Changebringer.
Does that name mean anything to any of you?
Any of you proficient in religion?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. The Changebringer is known as one of the prime deities of Exandria. There's a whole bunch of lore and information about them. You know, they're she who brings change, civilization, yada 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 yada. But in all of your readings of scripts and everything, and in your magical tome that you have, you don't see much in the way that she actually helps people.
This tome's gonna be the downfall of all the gods. Like, let's check your receipts. You haven't done anything for anybody in 337 years. What's the
Well.
point of having you around?
It looks like you gave intervention one time to your worshiper.
And that's just so his frog wouldn't jump as high. That's it. That's all you did. What is wrong with you? People are starving.
Oops. Because we're talking about Exandria. So, oops. I did not help on that one.
It all circles back.
Am I right?
So do you look awkward right now, Elowen, as they're talking
Yes,
about Exandria?
very, very awkward.
Okay.
I find it strange that they even sent someone here. Exandria and God shouldn't have any say over what happens in this world. Nor dare to challenge it. It's like they don't have reach here.
They got enough to send a Deva all the way over here.
Do we have to go to Exandria, or can we go somewhere else?
I don't really think that's part of the discussion yet, but if we need to deal with this Changebringer, or at least get them to stop, we might have to. But the gods will be in heaven, most likely, rather than the world.
Okay.
It depends on who they are.
It seemed that very, very few gods walk the mortal planes anymore. Ares seems to be one of the only few who does.
That's only because he's stuck here, not because he chooses to be.
Well, technically, if he dies, doesn't he get to be free? So, I mean...
Yes, it's a fit that I owe him. It's one he's asked, well, one that's been on the cards for a couple of years now. I had actually intended on... Doesn't matter. He's not a problem.
I mean, honestly, out of most of the gods that I've actually encountered, he really hasn't been all that horrible. He actually gives back to the people.
I'll begin fidgeting with my adamantium coin.
Are you able to call out to this Changebringer? Set terms for peace, if there's to be such a thing. Or war. I am thirsty.
Well, if we wanted to do that, I would assume we would have to go to Exandria.
Fuck.
Did you magic voodoo it to talk to them?
Maybe? Joey? Could I do some magic voodoo to talk to Exandria gods to either,
So you do have higher magics. You can use your divine intervention to demand a god speak to you, but in order to do that, you need to be somewhere that they have influence and power over. Depending on the god, you may or may not know where their home domain is. If that is differ from Exandria. However, if you have ever met them before, the specific god, I believe there are ways for you to communicate over long distances with them, even outside of your divine intervention. I think it's the one where you get to ask them questions. Clairvoyance?
I believe it is clairvoyance. Let me look.
There's also like divination as a spell, is there not?
Yes.
Something
Yes.
like that.
But in order to have that connect to them, you have to be on that plane. Or else it's just going to be a god who has influence where you are. Because not all the gods have influence where they're at.
Clairvoyance is just a spying spell, more or less.
Okay, well, definitely not that one.
Yeah.
I wear my sunglasses at night. You in contact with a god or a god servant. You ask one question about a specific goal, event, or activity that occurs within 7 days. The DM offers a truthful reply, which might be a short phrase or a cryptic rhyme. The spell doesn't account for circumstances that might change the answer, such as the casting of other spells. I know there's other spells.
Legend lore to check where the entrance is.
Legend lore would allow you to be able to check where their home plane is if you legend lore a god. Yes.
Commune would be contact your deity, so maybe not another deity.
Jonas smiles in the corner of your eye somewhere.
Completely ignoring him. Unless he says words directly to me, I exist. I believe he doesn't exist.
I think it's
You're-
contact other plane.
Ooh, that might be it. Divination, commune, contact other plane, wish, and well, there's always the good old gate spell.
There is
Firstly,
the
Anna,
gate
when you
spell.
need to.
Oh, I'm a cleric. I get gate.
Yeah, I just thank you for not abusing it. It's such a bullshit spell.
It's like putting mods on an RPG. What's the point?
Yeah. But yeah, which one did you say? You said contact other plane?
That may have been an option.
That might be a wizard or somebody else spell because I do not have that one.
Well, we don't have. Well, if we do have, I was gonna say we don't have one of them anymore. We do.
Yeah,
I call it-
Warlock Wizard. Sorry, go on.
I could also do wish commune another plane. That's always a way.
Ooh. Contact other plane only reaches demigod.
Oh. Wah, wah.
Yeah, it's demigod, spirit of a long dead sage, or some other knowledgeable entity from another plane.
India, this Changebringer. You said they're a fairly prominent god.
From my research, he is one of the quote-unquote approved gods. Yes.
Doesn't he likely have temples and such? Why don't we just go to one of them?
Just as a correction, the Changebringer is Avandra, her.
Avantra.
Oh, her. Sorry.
She is the
Okay.
Changebringer, yes. Just so you guys aren't surprised when I start doing the feminine voice when you talk to her. It's like, damn, another gay god?
Let's say it could just be Greek. I don't know.
Yeah, right. They're elven. They're all fucking just
Yeah. When we went to Craghammer, do we remember if we saw any temples to any gods?
Oh, in Craghammer? Absolutely there was a temple to the Allhammer, whom you
The
all have
Allhammer.
met.
Wasn't it Moradin when we met? Or is that the same god?
They're in Exandria, they refer to the god as a title, unless you are a devout worshiper, in which case you may use their name. It's seen as disrespectful calling a god something outside of their title, unless you're more intimate with the god.
But dear, can you let Casimir know that it's the same god? Because he won't realize.
Yeah. Yeah, it's this. It's the yeah. That's their title.
What do you mean it's the title?
It's kind of like how you're like a owner of a organization. That way people can just call you, the boss instead of Casimir. That makes sense?
Yes, but I don't get what you're getting at.
Allhammer is the title. It means that they're the boss.
The title for who? Tell him further.
The name you just said, the one that we met.
That was out of canon.
It's the name of the god you met already in Craghammer. Their title is Allhammer.
Are you talking about the one with the really big hammer that really despised everything about me that we met in heaven?
Yes.
Oh yeah, he hates me.
Yeah, I didn't know that was the same temple. I'm not saying we go to that one. I'm just trying to remember places that we've been. So, because somewhat we're at the teleport there, and if you've never been there, it could be a horrible experience.
I've been a couple of places in Alexandria before. I can probably get us around. I've been to, what is the name? Vasselheim, I think they called it. I think there was a lot of temples there. Instead it was like the crater of life or whatever. I didn't really listen to them much when we were there. But I know I visited.
And you said there's a lot of temples there?
I think so. It all looked a little fancy and a little weird. I only spent a little bit of time there. The whole worshipping thing was a bit strange. I think at the time we had to meet with someone from... Oh, I think it was Bahamut. Oh, no. It was... What's the dragon called? But here, the tax one.
Bahamut.
No,
Oh,
the tax
Imperial?
one.
Imperial.
I think we met some of the Imperial's people there. But that might be a place.
Out of character, I know why Imperial people are there. In character, I didn't read about Zodiac gods being anywhere else.
I have no idea. I just vaguely remember that time. So I know I can't get as well. We can fly over there. It will take some time though.
Where are we trying to go exactly?
We can go to Exandria to deal with this nonsense and put it to end.
Yeah, but where in Exandria? Do you have like a location?
Vasselheim.
Okay. Would I have been to Vasan before?
You?
If I-
No.
No.
No, that was on a completely different continent
Okay.
than where you were.
Uh,
Yeah, you were... We marked it,
We-
right? Yeah,
we
right
yeah.
here.
were way down south and then we were away somewhere else.
Oh, I'm I mean with Elowin's downtime activities.
Oh, right.
wasn't it like right around here, I believe. It was like left is it Exandria?
Wildmount, Tal'Dorei, Isilria, Marquette. Which one? Because I thought it was in Tal'Dorei where you did it. Actually, Marquette, like over here. Right?
Marquette's where we blew everything up.
Let me check.
You blew everything up down here.
Yes.
Give me a sec.
We went down mountains
Cloud
down there.
Mountain. It's not the same. Give me a sec. That's not the same map.
Oh,
you
this
gave
one
me.
isn't the same one that you have?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me... Did I send you the... No, I sent you an updated map. This is like a really, really old one that I've been using for like 6 years.
Oh. That's why I
Yeah.
couldn't see where it was.
Let me open up Discord.
Yeah, because it was in Marquette, but in the mountain region, but it was the Cal Mountain. Yeah, Cal Mountain, but you can't see it on this map.
Is it pinned at least? In our chat? Nope, it's here.
I told you Cal Mountain lower left
Ah.
on the map.
Get that off my screen. You said Wildmount or Marquette?
It's in Marquette.
Marquette.
Yeah, it's around here, but the map you gave me is a lot more detailed.
Yeah, that's an updated one that they have on the Reddit.
Okay, like I said, it's about here.
So
Yeah.
we've all destroyed some of those mountains.
Yeah, you guys have destroyed about 50% of it in total.
You
Wonderful.
guys, just me.
No, we blew up mountains there as well.
Oh. Oh. Okay. Okay. I guess I could teleport everyone to Alexandria, but
As long as we can get to Exandria, I can get us to Vasselheim.
okay.
I just don't have means. Well, I have other means, but it takes some time to actually get to a different world.
Yeah, I can just cast. Let me check my spells. It'll be translocation.
I
You
don't
just-
know what that means.
It's
You do your magic stuff.
Yeah. So are we all ready for the
Well,
teleport?
Let's wait. Are we first? You, Natalie. This affects you.
Yes.
Do you want to go back to Alexandria?
I want to stay right here until it's a little bit safer for me to leave.
Then perhaps we go in her stead for now, and she can catch up if need be. She crossed roads once. I assume she could do so again if need be.
Or we'll just send for her.
They shouldn't be able to attack her here, and she shouldn't be able to cause much harm here. You've at least got this thatch hut, so enjoy that. Maybe try to get a tan. It's fairly
What?
sunny.
She looks at herself confused. I don't know what's wrong.
I don't
I
know.
mean, if
You do
anybody needs a
whatever you need
tan,
to
it
do.
looks like you, Casimir.
I'm dead.
Maybe you didn't get enough sunlight.
I've been in space for like 10 months. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Shall we go?
Yep.
I'm ready.
Alrighty. So, you are using which spell? Roll it in chat for me.
Yeah, give me a sec. Translocation.
Mhm. Oh, epic.
Yes.
You may cast this spell as an action. It transports you and up to 20 willing characters you can see, creatures, whatever, within 30 feet of you to a destination you select. If you target an object, it must be able to fit inside a 30-foot cube, and it can't be held or carried by an unwilling creature. The destination you choose must have been viewed by you in person at least once. You may choose a location on another plane of existence. Non-deific forces cannot prevent this effect. If you cast this spell as a bonus action, you teleport to an unoccupied space you can see within 60 feet of you and must concentrate on the spell to maintain its effect. On each of your turns before the spell ends, you can use this bonus action teleport yet again. Nice.
So
It's like Misty Step on crack if you use it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
look, it can be cast either as an action or a bonus action with different effects depending on which one.
That sounds pretty
Yeah.
epic to me.
Yeah,
yeah,
not bad.
I'm gonna use an action. And do I choose exactly where we teleport?
To a place that you have seen before.
Okay.
So
So I
you are
guess,
choosing specific. Yeah.
I guess I'll teleport on the destroyed mountain
All right.
because I've seen it, and then we can go away from it.
I've got means to get us to the Vasselheim.
Let me just do this real quick.
Everyone remember to clench your jaw, try not to bite your tongue. This always sucks.
Okay. Ooh. So, everyone, as the spell surges through Elowin, all of you feel this magnetic pull between yourselves to some other far off place. You all feel the shimmer of this energy convulse through you as your vision clears suddenly, and you're immediately hit by heat. Not the dry, dignified heat of a well-behaved desert, but the chaotic, pissed-off kind that sticks to your bones. And then you see what was once a proud mountain standing over the southern reach of Marquette is now not. The entire peak has collapsed in on itself like a drunken noble trying to curtsy. A cratered scar of jagged black stone, sun-bleached rocks, and powdered sediment that looks less like a geological event and more like someone got into a fist fight with a god and lost. Chunks of cliffside rest at impossible angles, and half of the once majestic mountain ridge appears to be folded into itself, like someone tried to close it like a book and gave up halfway through. Occasional gusts of wind carry dust and shame through the air, along with a metallic scent of scorched earth. In the distance, you can see the faintest outline of makeshift scaffolding and groups of individuals seeming to be attempting to re-excavate through all of this wreckage around you.
I feel very, very awkward.
What the hell happened here?
Can we go? We have stuff to do, right? Right? Yes.
Are we in
Places to be.
Marquette? Is this Marquette?
It's a mount. It was a mountain on Market. Yes. That's where I got all my gold. And yes, it's yes.
Is this where the bomb went off?
No, no bomb. Just digging. A lot of digging.
Oh wait, this was you.
Yeah.
Oh, so this wasn't our problem.
No, it's mine. Anyway,
What?
does anyone recognize me or?
You see some of the people look up to you, and their heads are completely wrapped up because of the inhospitable heat of this environment as they're looking towards you all, but the sun seems to be hiding you fairly well right now.
Okay. Yeah.
Joey,
Yes.
Sorry, Joy, can you remind us what was the name of the group that Zafran had?
The Wisp Collective.
Thank you. You were saying, Ellen.
No. Don't remember.
Did you have any dealings with the Wisp Collective?
No. What?
Were you one of them?
I have no idea what that is. What that is.
If he doesn't know who they are, then he's definitely not one of them. They're too pretentious not to brag about being in the collective.
Mm-hmm.
What's the collective?
Insight check.
Oh my god.
I want to see, like, based on Elwin's reaction.
Yep.
Did they send someone to keep an eye on us?
Roll.
Elwin, do you
Yeah.
permit it?
Oh,
Because it's PvP.
Elowin,
Yes.
do you permit it?
Yes.
Okay.
$23 insight.
You do not detect any nature about Elowin that has not been genuine and honest about whom they are and why they are here.
And why do you want to leave here?
They are surprisingly the single most reasonable person you've met. Not reasonable. Honest person you've met. They have not seemingly lied to you at all.
He has some feelings about that, but it's more doubtful. Okay. Strange coincidence. You all must have a type then. Because, Joey, does it feel like we're far from where the Wisp Collector's base was? Because we were here only a year ago.
You're proficient in survival, right?
Yes.
Yeah. You're like 60, 100 miles from there. Which in the grand scheme of Exandria, which makes your world look small, is not very far.
Is it a wizard thing? Do you all have... How much do you use, like, mountains?
What?
The Wisp Collective that we're talking about, their secret society, spellcasters, try to preach themselves as keepers of peace in the universe, or... Well, at least they were when most of them were alive, but we killed most of them.
Okay.
They had a base about not even 100 miles from here, 16 to 100 miles. At one point we had to go there. It's... Do you see those bumps over there? Where it's the ridgeline of the mountains looks a bit odd. He's just gonna point to somewhere roughly where he believes it to be. You know how that space that looks a bit flatter than it actually should be?
Mm-hmm.
That was us about a year ago.
Okay. So, so do we leave here or do we stay here for a while and look
No,
like
we can leave. It's more... What is wrong with your kind?
I didn't realize this was the same place where the Wisp Collective was. I completely forgot, so that's really funny.
Yes. This is why he's like, what is it with the spellcasters in these mountain ranges?
That's why I let you decide where you wanted to do it. And you chose. Like, look at how many mountain ranges there are in Exandria, guys. Like, look at that. Like, they're everywhere.
It's a lot, yes.
And you chose the exact same one that the Wisp Collective was in. That the party blew up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Casimir, now that you say this, we need to get the fuck out of here.
Yes.
They're angry.
Yes.
Well, probably. Don't like they're going to make a move. Saffron knows about us, and if anything, they'll be celebrating. I shouldn't think, and that it makes me kind of want to kill them again. Right, let's go. Hands.
Hands?
I need
grab your
hands.
Everyone grab
Someone
hands.
Someone
Yeah.
grab her.
Fine. I'll do it.
Yeah,
And
I'll-
as well, Helm of Teleportation, cast Teleport to Vasselheim.
As you don your helm, and you all teleport away over to Vasselheim.
Mm-hmm.
You arrive, and I need each of you to give me Constitution saving throws. As you are going from a humid heat to a dry heat that are equally as intense over to a frigid mountain range that is freezing cold within the matter of like 5 minutes. Your bodies hate you.
My body loves me.
Ooh,
Where's
26. Damn.
Where's Vasselheim on the map?
Over here. Or wait, Vasselheim is up here.
Much further north than I thought.
Yep. I just need to get some Vasselheim appropriate music going, guys. 1 second.
Oh wait, Vasselheim's in the Silra? I thought it was in Tal'Dorei.
Are you maybe perhaps thinking about Craghammer?
No, I just thought I just thought Vasselheim was on Tal'Dorei. I didn't actually know it was on another continent. It's been a long time since I've watched Campaign 1.
It has been a minute, yes. If I didn't live in Exandria every day of my life.
So is it only on Marquette that the prices are way up, or like everywhere?
The entire world was now hit with that.
Ouch.
Yep.
Oh, my Saturday campaign's not gonna like you.
Is it happening at the same time?
I mean, everything in Joey's universe happens at the same time.
You guys are a year ahead of the Saturday campaign because you took a year of downtime.
Okay.
But they'll catch up quickly with their downtimes and shit.
Ouch. Everything's gonna cost so much more. Oops. You know, epic things, epic consequences.
Oh, yeah, I know.
I mean, you've never had to deal with consequences from epics ever. Like,
Mhm.
what have we ever done to use?
So, have you ever been to Vasselheim before?
Yes.
No.
You have?
Yeah, we were here long time ago on our very first trip to Exandria. Like, we
Okay.
went to a couple of places, but we were here for when it was like Ebrio in the group.
Wow,
way,
that was
way back.
way
That is
Yeah.
why there
Never
is
know.
Imperial worshippers in Vasselheim.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's right. Imperial
That's
setup.
also way, way back that we were here at one
All
point.
right. So you have. So we'll constitute that as you've seen casually. If you've been here once, you're not very familiar with it, right? You weren't
Yeah,
here for
sure.
like a week, were you?
I cannot remember. That's too far back. I just know we've been here.
You guys don't last in places very long. Roll me a D100.
Yeah, I don't think we were here in Vasselheim too long.
I think it was enough for Ebril to preach and pass out a Bible.
Yeah, because I think we had to meet. Did we not meet Jimmy here as well?
We met some monk, I think.
You met Jimmy in Iman.
That was in Mon. That was a different meeting.
Yeah.
That was like much later, but I wasn't sure where we met him. But D100. So.
Yep.
Ooh.
12.
Well, okay then. A mishap occurs. The spell is unpredictable. Roll 3d10 and then re-roll the d100 after that.
Nice.
Everyone takes 19 force damage as you're getting ricocheted around by Casimir's helmet teleporting around everywhere. Now roll again.
I love when that spell fails.
Yeah. During break, if you want to tell them about that time I almost TPK'd your group with teleport. 50. Oh, off target. Roll me 2d12. Oh my god. You are 23 miles away. Roll me a d8.
Northward.
two.
We're going down to more cold mountains.
All right, let me look at the cat. Yeah. Let me look at the 0.9. Okay. Wait, if it's 23, yeah, 0.9. Okay. As you all teleport over here, I want you all to give me dexterity saving throws. You don't see this coming, Casimir. Or
8.
Good damn it, 19.
Okay. Well, Casimir, as you slam aggressively into the side of a mountain, you reach out and grab onto something affixed to it. You look up, and it's just a casual branch sticking out from the mountain. Elowin, you seem to grab onto Casimir's one leg. Vendir, you just barely grab onto Elowin's leg. And you are surfing down the side of the mountain, stumbling and crashing about onto many different objects before you reach the bottom of it. Now, to make this fair, the mountain range here is 200 feet tall at its maximum height. I'm going to roll 2 D100s to see how tall it is. You are falling 144 feet, but it's not non-stop. So, /R space, that is every 10 feet, right? So we'll just round up and make it...
Yeah. Can I rage?
Oh, I would be surprised if you weren't.
Okay.
So let's do every 10 feet is an extra D6. So that'll be 15d6. Right? Or is it every 5 feet?
Every 10 feet is a d6. So usually it's a max, but if it's not free fall, then yeah, 14d6, I would think. 60, so 30. Okay. That makes this that simple.
As everyone is hanging on to one another like monkeys in a barrel, you watch as descends down the side of the mountain before inevitably you slam headfirst into it. And when you look up, you see nothing but ice around you. Frozen trees completely encapsulated in this impossibly cold environment. Vendir, you feel sick with the different changes of environment you have experienced in the last 5 minutes. And worst of all, you are holding on to Elowin for dear life from falling down that far.
I'll say, hold on, I'll transform. I'll transform to the dragon and just grab Vendir into my back.
And Casimir, who's the one who saved both of you by holding on?
Yeah, I'll grab him as well into my back.
Good.
You know, as an air genasi, I feel like there's probably a hurricane in my belly. From the hot.
I'll go
cold.
fetch Herbold as well.
And now I'm flying. Oh, I gotta roll. Hold on, we're gonna see if I throw up. Oh, nope, didn't throw up.
I think you hold on to that, yeah. As you're, like, stretching upwards, you see Elowin in draconic form descend down towards you with everyone else. Oh, a lesser man would have died in that instance, sir.
I'll, mind if I grab you? Sir?
Sure.
I'll just, like, not bite, but, you know, gentle on the back.
All right.
So, let's go up and check where we are.
I don't remember this mountain range.
I'll
Cassie,
go
where
up.
the fuck are we?
Look,
I'll go up and...
I was told this was fixed. Okay? Some supposed super scientist said he was going to fix this helm, and so that it didn't have this stupid automated voice thing going on, and said that it should work perfectly now.
I'm not really good with directions on this form, so I'm gonna have you guys to help me with that, because yeah, I'm not good with direction here.
Can we understand you when you're a dragon?
Yeah.
Okay. Wasn't sure. Just
I just can't cast spells.
Gotcha. Joey, to have any idea of where we are?
Roll me a survival check.
Finish 7.
You're a little bit east of Vasselheim. Off in the distance, you can kind of see like these separations in the clouds above that would suggest some type of like divine intervention to allow daylight to part through this inhospitable location towards their city. Vasselheim is pompous like this.
I think it's their fault we got shifted off. Like, look at all of that. He's just gonna like point in the direction of the city. That's what it is over there.
Just slap left and right on my neck to guide me. It's gonna be fine.
Slap the shit out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, Casimir's got to slap.
Yeah, just
So I go in the direction where he guides me.
as you are flying and piloting yourselves around, descending down over towards Vasselheim, you inevitably reach it. Are you going in as a dragon?
No, I'm going to descend like maybe a mile, like a mile on the road.
Okay.
Descend and then transform back to 11.
Okay.
I'm not stupid enough to go into a city as a dragon.
Now, a mile out. All right, let me roll for their guards.
You say that, but you were about to transform into one when we were in Morian.
Yeah, but that's a backwater world. Anyways,
So I can remember why we were in Vasselheim as well. We went to Slayer's Take. It's one of the first places that we actually met. Glacis.
Yes. And then you went to the Great North. Yep, that's right, that's right. You guys were only here for a few days, though. You literally showed up and said, fuck it, we're moving.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
I had to research because I was like, that name's familiar, actually. Did we go here because of that?
So. Yeah, that's pretty good, and you weren't hiding. Vindir, you're the first to hear it. Off in the distance, the sounds of a city on high alert.
Fuck.
Loud horns bellowing outwards and shouting of many militant individuals. Now, Vindir, you've conducted your research. This is the religious epicenter of Exandria. It is where all of the first churches, or many of the first churches within this entire world, was created. This is where the first people stepped after the Abyss was created and this world was created for them as well. You know it is filled with powerful clerics, powerful paladins, and you remember Earthbreaker Groon? The monk that helped kidnap
Yes.
Liara and nearly got away from all of you?
Yeah, that's the monk I was talking about. That's in Vasselheim.
Yes.
That's Ebriel met that monk.
He was the head of his church of the Platinum Dragon.
Was.
Was. Keyword was. So you know there is a strong militant force now in full bloom charging after you. Well, what was a dragon in the sky.
I think they're all gonna come after us right now.
After us, why?
Well, maybe not us, but they're coming after Eloin's dragon self.
Yeah,
That's not here.
I'll make a placard, post sheet of wood with
A
a
sign.
pole, a sign, big sign. I'm the dragon. Sorry for the trouble.
Oh, you're just gonna advertise. Are you familiar with Exandria and its history at all?
No.
Oh.
Oh, the 8 dragons.
I
Oh,
I
never
don't
mind.
think Kaz knows either, so I don't think he can stop
None of
this.
you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I'll.
And
Yeah,
I don't think I know anything.
Yeah. And honestly, in character and out of character, I really do believe that Vindir would be like, yeah, he was a dragon. He's a human. It's magic. The fuck.
Guys, well, as you hold up that sign, are you going to hold up that sign, Elowin?
Do
Yeah,
it.
but I'm going to sit crisscross above us,
Okay.
so I don't seem menacing.
We don't need to wait. We can just go in. What are they going to do?
Yeah, they're coming here. I don't think.
Yeah, so we just meet them
Let's meet him
halfway.
halfway.
Yeah.
I guess.
Do anything wrong?
If we're going
You
out,
really do draw a lot of attention like that. This is why your people don't like your kind. And this is coming from me.
Mm,
I'll poof out the sign then.
Okay. So, as you all keep wandering down the road, are you trying to be nonchalant about this, guys, or?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, roll me stealth check.
Oh no, Kaz is just like... Kaz
Yeah.
is just walking.
Yeah,
He
I
has
don't think we
nothing
did.
to hide.
If you're being nonchalant about it, like you guys are just walking like you did nothing wrong and you're not, you should be not paid attention to.
All right.
Yeah, not like you're actually off hiding, like
Oof.
you're being nonchalant.
I'm fine.
Elowin is. Everyone else?
Casimir is, but also it's like... There is just the order of not. He's just not hiding himself. He won't bother. Like, if to see him, they spot him. But... He's basically just ignoring them. It's not his problem.
All right, I'll let you replace it with intimidation.
I'll do that.
It's still a 15, guys. Like what? Like
I
it's
know, but it's just funny.
technically, actually, I'm gonna put my rage on him. I might be able to get.
Yeah,
You're
you
an
rage
angry
stealth.
Hide.
Yeah, the new
Yeah.
system, you can rage stealth.
Yep.
And you're a bugbear, so you're proficient.
Come on.
34? Oh no, it's intimidation.
Yeah, 16 stealth.
16 divided by 4 comes out to a group average of 15. Thank you, Vindir. So
Yeah.
as you're all walking down the road, Casimir just scoffing in their directions and everyone else just whistling nonchalantly as you're walking past, you see that there is about 15 knights riding on horseback, carrying the banners of their gods, and one of them calls out to all of you, "You, citizens, did you see a dragon?"
No.
Yes.
Yeah,
What?
kind of.
Baby.
What? Well, did you or did you not?
I mean, it's not here anymore, if that's what you're worried about.
Which way did it go?
How far is Elowin from him?
Like 6 feet.
Like 6 feet to your left?
Oh, so you're just outing Elowin now?
Yeah, I'm just, because I don't think she did anything wrong. I don't think what we're doing is, like, wrong. Like,
I thought just like Vindir was going to point in Elwyn's direction because I was going to go in the other side of Elwyn and point in Elwyn's direction.
So you point at Elowin as they stare at you. You are the dragon in sheep's clothes. Attack!
I
We're
think
gonna
it's
go
more
on
like-
break. We come back. You guys are fighting paladins of the various churches of Vasselheim.
Hell yeah.
We'll be right back.
Vindir, are any of these the ones?
chance we didn't even have ninth level spells yet?
Nope, you guys did not have
Maybe.
9th level spells last time you were here. Anyways, players, as you have just outed your traveling companion and your means of transportation across the plains, Elowin, for being a dragon, not knowing, of course, that these people hate dragons with a burning desire that only paladins can truly express, I would like you all to roll me initiative.
No, Cass can understand why.
Yeah, fair. All right, public rolls,
Hey.
automatic.
Seems entirely valid to hate dragons.
Like,
What's your dex
really?
bonus?
14. I have plus
14.
2, 14.
Perfect. You will go before them.
Hell yeah.
Did all of you roll? 1,
Yeah.
2,
Yeah,
3,
looks
4,
like it.
5. All right, looks like they're going dead last. So Vindir, as he orders charge. Yeah. They don't know who they're fucking with. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna cast blade barrier right here, around them.
What's that?
Blade barrier? Roll that in chat for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm curious too.
Just gonna put them in a blender.
Yeah. By the
No,
way,
no,
Joey,
no. It's the well, I mean, if they leave, it is.
my chicken Joey was great.
Oh, fantastic.
Crock pot chicken is good.
You create a wall of whirling blades made of magical energy. The wall appears within range and lasts for the duration. You make a straight wall of 100-foot long, 20-foot high, and 5 feet thick. So 100-foot long is going to be...
Or you ring a wall up to 60 feet in diameter, 20 feet high, 5 feet thick.
So draw me a 60-foot diameter circle.
Yep. Give me 1 second to pull that up. Measure.
Wall of
barrier.
burning blades. It really does sound like a blender.
There you go. Do you see that, Joey?
Is that diameter? That's circumference. Half it.
Oh. 30.
Yeah. So go to
Damn,
30.
I'm so used. Yeah. Okay. I'm not gonna cast this. I saw 60 and honestly thought it was radius and not diameter.
I mean, that catches a shit ton of them in there.
Yeah, but I thought I'm not trying to kill anybody right now.
Okay. So I don't need all these blades on the
No.
map? Okay,
No,
I'll
sorry.
start deleting them. It's fine. And I'll delete that too. Alrighty then, next try.
All right. It's gonna be similar, but it's gonna be. Let's see.
Wall of fire this time.
No, calm emotions. I'm trying to get the people in the front, which I think are leading the pack.
So based off of that, you're hitting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them.
Which ones seem to be the ones that were asking questions? The ones right in front?
This guy right here.
Okay. Then right there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. Nice. So what save is that?
Charisma. Oh fuck. Yeah, go ahead.
Yep. Okay, why is it not working? They're supposed to have a plus 10. So add 5 more to that. 17, that's the first guy.
That's a fail.
13, that's the second guy.
Fail.
This guy's successful.
Yep.
This guy failed.
Yep.
And now the next two. Successful. Failed. All right, Vindir, what color is your shit? Green?
Green, yeah.
All right, green, green, green. As everyone else is shouting loudly, getting ready to charge, maybe we should discuss it first.
Yes.
I have to look into that. That's supposed to be +5 because Paladin.
Mhm.
Proficient. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, is that your turn?
That is my turn.
Is that concentration by any chance?
Honestly, I don't know. Yes.
Elowen, your turn.
I'll try to persuade them.
So influence.
Influence.
Influence is an action.
Okay.
Mhm.
So persuasion. I'll use my human advantage.
Well, I'm sorry to do this, but because dragon is the topic with Vasselheim, I'm going to use epic disadvantage, so don't waste your human advantage on it.
Okay. So what's the epic disadvantage?
You will have disadvantage no matter what you do.
Okay. Even with the
No matter what you do, you will have disadvantage. That is epic disadvantage.
Okay.
It is the
24.
first time I have used that in this game.
24. Like, whoa, can we discuss this? I'm not here to do any trouble.
The ones that were calmed emotion will begin nodding their heads. Yes, I think it would be reasonable for all of us to sit and discuss this properly. Perhaps some tea.
Yes, I'll sit down, crisscross applesauce.
And these two seem to be like taking note of what is happening. Everyone further back behind, they are still screaming loudly, though. There's still 9 of them charging.
Okay. That's my turn. Yes.
Casimir.
Okay. Bonus action, activating combat stance for, I think it's defensive stance. So bonus action doing that, and then we're just going to teleport into the back.
Oh, Ur's here twice now. Hi, twice.
Give me a second.
If they're marked pink or green, they are currently with the idea of just sitting down and talking about it.
Yep.
If they're green, they are magically about that idea.
Yeah, no, just Kansas is going to shift himself forward. It's more to the ones at the back that don't seem as agreeable. And his will just be more so on the intimidation part of stand down if you know what's good for you. Listen to reason.
Intimidate?
Mostly.
Well, that'll be your action.
Yeah, you spend that. $28.
Alrighty.
That would be him.
That is going to get the next 3 into the idea that they shouldn't be fucking with y'all. There's only 6 more.
Could I possibly try to intimidate the rest of them?
If you can get close enough to do so.
I use my raid so I can move up to 20 feet free.
Yep.
Then I have another 40. Am I close enough to try to intimidate?
At least the 3 closest to.
Okay. Let's do this.
You rolled high enough to actually terrify the horses into leaping up, knocking the knights off, and making everybody be much more humble in the situation.
Good. Good. Turn end.
All right, well, I guess we're not fighting. I'm glad I set all of that up over like 15 minutes. There we go, guys. Cool. So, the guys in the front begin moving over towards you, Vindir. We are fully aware that we were currently under the influence of your spell.
I
However-
got concentration.
However, to which church do you serve? Great noble cleric.
I serve an idea.
Cryptic. You can roll intimidation or deception.
Oh, they're both the same for me. We'll just try to go with cool. 5.
You are not a worshipper of one of the betrayers, are you?
You know, I've read a lot about your pantheon on this realm, and no, I do not worship any of your betrayers or lesser idols or even your prime deities.
So you are a visitor from a far realm,
Correct.
and you bring with you a dragon. They look over at Elowin with clear disgust and hate.
I mean,
Chasm-
a woman that can look like a dragon.
So they are not a dragon.
Correct.
He'll stare at you. Vindir, do you believe that Elowin is not a dragon? Because it is a matter of, like, idealism in this matter.
No, I believe it's a person turning into a dragon.
Cool. Now you can roll persuasion on that one.
I'm not seeing a single thing.
16.
16. I mean, that's... You understand if we take certain precautions around that. We are not welcoming to mages either.
Aren't you a paladin?
I am not a mage.
But you still cast magic?
Those of the Arcanum have caused all of the strife of this world.
Oh. I have really high perception, so I'm not gonna say what I want to say.
You got insight.
Yeah. Not everything is caused by mortals.
Mage, what is your name?
Alone.
Relinquish your spell focus.
No.
Who said that?
This man right here.
No, I meant the no.
Oh,
That was
her.
me.
Her?
They will comply or they are not permitted in our city. No use of magic of any arcane sort is permitted outside of the low top district.
Alright, then she won't cast any spells.
They will stare at you accusingly. The way, you
And I
know,
will-
paladins do.
Yeah, I will pull out my divine spark.
We have your word.
You have my word that I'll make sure she doesn't cast any spells.
Good. Ryder, go on ahead. We do not need reinforcements. There's no direct threat as of now. Casimir, I need you to roll me a perception check.
Yeah.
That's the wrong button.
I'll ask, what strife
One
are you
second.
guys talking? Oh, sorry.
Oh, it's
28?
28.
Casimir. This little fella down here seems to be watching you much more closely than anyone else. He's the only one
Which
who,
one?
the one marked red. He's the only one
Oh,
that
gotcha.
didn't seem bothered by anybody's intimidating auras. He just seems to be observing you.
Does he have any symbology on him? And
He-
is it the Raven Queen?
It is.
I figured.
He's staring at you. What were you asking, Elowen?
I was asking the main knight, what was the arcane strife he was thinking about?
What was the what?
Arcane strife.
Everyone that we have experienced. The rise of betrayers, the defilement of gods, the encapsulation of them, the destruction of cities, the falling of cities that killed millions, all at the hands of the arcane.
Okay.
You're welcome to read a book.
I'm
They will-
not going to. I'm not
Go.
going to specify I've been asleep for 200 years. There's going to be a lot to explain, so no.
Yeah. You've been
That's
asleep
just
longer
good.
than a couple of hundred, haven't you? Because the Age of Arcanum was over 1,000 years ago. Nearing 2, I think?
2000?
The Age of Arcanum. Oh, God. This is a history check if you're proficient.
Yeah. A sec. History.
Kaz is slowly walking down the ranks towards that one that's got his eyes on him. He'll do that
27.
after this.
So Elowen, the Age of Arcanum was a period of time in Exandria where mages became the forefront of all influence across the world. They built magnificent, powerful, originating magics. They pioneered the founding of sky ships in general. They created broomstones, the magical objects needed to allow you to have spelljammers. And they even created spelljammers, all within their own rights, their own ability of craft. Unfortunately, the Age of Arcanum came up short during what was a event referred to as the Calamity, which was when the gods fought one another. The mages on the arcane side joined up with the betrayer gods to try to defeat all of the other gods, and everyone else in the entire world joined up with the prime deities to have less loss of life.
Okay.
It was kind of a reason why people didn't want to come here
Okay.
from the ley lines.
I'll lay low. I'll lay low.
So Casimir, you walk over to one of them as he hasn't moved at all. He's just leaning against the rest of his horse, looking at you.
Yeah, like feeling that gaze, and like there is a slight smugness of like requisition, like, and he'll just slowly kind of walk down. You you'll be able to help us, because I assume I can see that look in your eyes. This is recognition.
He sniffs
If
the
he-
air, and immediately all the other paladins start sniffing the air as well. And they reach for their weapons, realizing there's an undead more powerful than Strahd standing in the middle of them.
If you wish for my absence from your city as soon as possible, then you'll help me. You're looking for the Temple of the Changebringer. We have
What?
business.
What do you want with the temple? This individual looks over at you. They're wearing a symbol that looks in kin to the Asimar, not Asimar, the Deva that showed up.
We have business with them.
What business do you have with me?
No, we need your boss.
The High Clerist.
Your god.
Yeah, his boss.
He rolls his eyes and goes back into formation. We will return to the city post-haste, everyone. Turn around. He looks over at this guy back here, and everybody starts turning towards the city. And when the head guy in charge calls out, Fabian, this man, the one who sniffed you out first, Casimir, turns his attention upwards. Are we good? You're the leader. Fabian, Paladin of Raven Queen. Then we will escort you to the city to ensure you don't do anything untoward.
Fabian, was it?
He just
should
turns
tell-
back to you.
You should tell that one to be careful of who they turn their back on. You never know who you might come across in these lands. Let's go, shall we?
As you take a couple of steps forward, you need to give me a charisma saving throw, Casimir.
Against a spell?
Magical effect.
I got nothing against that. 23.
23. You feel this radiating aura of hatred coming off of Fabian that nearly makes you hesitate to take another step forward, but you do take that step. Do not throw threats around in this city. No matter how powerful you believe you are, Vasselheim is stronger.
I have no business with your city. Only the god that threatens my world. Get that one to listen to me. I need their god, and they will answer, and they know why. Or I would not be here.
Holy sh... What are you accusing my god of?
Oh my god. I just look at our guy and I'm like, really?
Are you looking at me or there?
I'm looking at you.
Okay. Something for us to take up with them. They sent a messenger. We came. He's
You know,
not
that's not.
lying.
He's not wrong there. He's not wrong at all.
And why would that cause you to have such a intense need to discuss with him?
Well, let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and open up my book and see what the last good thing the Changebringer did was.
Okay. Roll me a d20.
7.
7. Okay. You go searching through into it. You find a story. Hello. You find a story, lovely little bit, of a woman and a man who were madly in love with one another, but because of their family's political affiliations, they weren't able to be together. Very sad, very tragic story. The Changebringer had left subtle clues for them to follow through the dark to meet up with their secret rendezvous with one another, so that they can not be seen intermingling with one another, as it was their prayer that she guide them to be able to meet so that they can love each other in secrecy. That
How
was
long ago?
about 320 years ago.
Well, it has to do with the fact that your god hasn't done anything in like 300 years.
Excuse me, the Changebringer does things constantly. All things are constantly in ebb and flow and change. Civilization was built upon her prayers. Give it a rest. One of the other paladins yells at him. You do not speak
Yeah.
to someone with a divine spark with such a tone. I apologize. My men will fall in line. Let us go to the city, and I will see to try to gain you an audience with the High Clerist who can speak through the Changebringer. All that I request is you get your... They look over at Casimir. I suppose pet in order. We do not handle disrespect in this city.
Then
Well,
do
we
not
can
dish it
find
out either.
I'm gonna look at Erg and be like, I didn't know you were our pet.
No, he pointed at Casimir, not has
I
been
know.
very amendable, very, as always, doing the right thing.
I'm doing it for Liara.
Nah, but he's always done it for himself.
Yeah, that's true too.
But yeah, I'm not the pet. They were looking at Casimir when he said that.
You know, sometimes I just get I just hear pet. I just assume they're talking about our lovely bug cat.
Ugh. Are you guys? I wonder if your guys' characters are going to keep that up, or are they going to call me the bugbear?
I would assume
Bugcat.
that you would have a name.
Me? The name is Ergwald.
Ergwald.
You can call me for short.
He'll nod. And wielder of the spark.
Vendir.
Very well. You get your men in order, I get mine.
Sounds good to me.
Sure.
You guys clearly hear Casimir throwing around threats left and right.
I'll bring in Casimir. I'm one of the few that can. Give me a second. Hey, guys! And I'll let you guys do what you need to do. Then I'll talk with Casimir.
Oh, well, they're just traveling back to the city now, so talk.
Casimir, what are you doing?
Only meeting their gaze.
What are you actually doing?
Whatever a dumber, please. You should feel the hatred that one has. Even a bit of fear.
You are excluding. I don't know how to say it. Your aura is intimidating. That's why.
I know. But it's
Turn
in
it
all
off.
of them. This bit of hatred.
Well, it's scaring the horses. Can you stop?
To an extent. For the horse's sake.
There we go.
So, as everybody marches in their formations, you do take note that Fabian has broken formation and someone else moved up into his stead to stay closer towards you, Casimir. Given the affiliation with the church, he's... Oh, wait, do you know anything about the Raven Queen?
Yes,
you
because I met the
do.
person, from the Wisp Collective, who, like, banished my ass and everything, yeah.
Yeah.
So I know they are... Is she not high up? Is she not the High Priest of
She is.
the Raven Queen?
She's the High
Yeah.
Clerist, yeah. The Archpriest.
Yeah, so I won't lie, Casimir will be a little bit sassy times, and whenever he catches him, like, looking out the corner of his eye, just, like, snap his teeth. Like, not to him, just, like, looking forward, but just that sense, like, he knows he's watching, it was just, like, snap his teeth out of the air, just, like, make him flinch. For fun.
Well, he does not flinch at you. He has no idea the caliber you are, but he's used to dealing with undeads. That's what they're supposed to do in his church. But as you all are marching, you make it to the outer walls of the city. 40-foot high, rimmed all the way around with the most incredible of fortifications. You see divine markings all throughout it, reinforcing and invigorating. Even as you're passing by, Vendir, you can roll me a religion check. Anyone else who is proficient in religion may as well.
32.
All right. Elowin, by the basic look and glance at some of these markings, these runes, there are divine runes as well as arcane runes. Moradin was the original crafter of the rune based off of the mythos in this world. But you think they're just meant to fortify the walls to keep it more safe and sturdy. Vendir, no, they have runes on the walls that if creatures got too close to it that were hostile towards the city would throw out a divine, like, bomb at somebody. You imagine this city has a lot of very influential clerics like yourself.
Hey guys, stay away from the walls. Just be safe.
This place feels sickening.
As you approach closer inwards towards it, you see the front collapsed bridge is currently down, and there appears to be an entire regiment of soldiers out front. Not a single one of them looks like the typical Morian soldier that all of you would be accustomed to at this point. No, they all look exceptionally well-trained, exceptionally diligent, and very threatening. For themselves, of course, mind you. Not to you, just for themselves. There appears to be a good 35 of them currently being led by 5 clerics that are gathering them all up. The one knight had ran back and alerted them, so they all seem to be dispersing back to their trained locations. You also notice that they have trebuchets behind the wall through the gate that was affixed up and aiming into the air for anything that would be coming from them for them at such a high angle. You also see that there's a good 30 or so knights flying around on griffins that were ready for an aerial assault as well.
Damn, y'all a little paranoid, huh?
I am to assume you didn't do your research on Exandria and therefore do not know the caliber of mishap that occurred last time dragons had their clutches on our world.
No, it's looking more like your religious stuff.
Well, nearly 112 years ago, we were attacked by the Chroma Conclave, led by Tal'Dorei, a magically infused and enhanced fire dragon that was far more deadly than anyone that ever lived. Vasselheim was one of the few cities that stood a chance at fortifying and withstanding their assault. But many other cities fell. The loss of life was nearing the millions. He just looks over at you, Elowin.
Mm-hmm.
And now whenever a dragon comes out of hiding and flies towards the city without any means of speaking first, we learn that we don't give them a chance to reach it.
Understandable.
I understand your pain. Our world went through something similar. Handful of years ago. Dragons rose up and tried to take over the world.
My condolences for the lost.
Most of the army was wiped out. but so will the dragons.
That does seem to be the situation. We are just glad that we had access to Vox Machina.
Oh,
Can roll a history check on this one.
actually, sorry. What's that?
History.
So, do you as a player know who Vox Machina was?
Is that the Critical Role?
Critical Role Campaign 1, the TV show?
I actually only saw the show, and that was a long time ago. So
Okay. So, you being someone who's a bit of a nerd, who glorifies heroes, you yourself want to be this glorious, well-known hero through the world, right?
yes.
You would know of Vox Machina because they are heroes of legend. A group of mercenaries that came together during what was apparently this world's biggest calamity that happened recently, to fight all of these dragons. One of them, you think, died during it, but it was them who had hunted down each of these dragons, killed them, and then ultimately killed Thordak as well. Super badass crew of people. Like, they had an archdruid, they had like this deadly ranger, they had a bard his songs even reached your realm. And they had a cleric as well. And a barbarian that you think you're stronger than.
Oh yeah. Now that barbarian I remember. I think there's one quote from there. I'm like, I have 6 intelligence. I know what I'm doing, or something like that.
Yep.
Is his name Sledgehammer?
His name is Grog Strongjaw.
Don't worry, I know what I'm doing.
I've done this once. Anyways. So yeah, you'd be the only one familiar with the legends of Vox Machina. They are legendary.
I know this,
So-
guys. How have you guys not heard of this?
And you know, I guess we're living under a rock.
Clearly.
I
Well,
don't
why don't I
really.
tell you some tales of what I know, and I'll tell them that's some stories while we're walking and talking.
Roll me a performance check.
Performance.
It's actually a pretty good story, guys. You guys don't deal with storytellers very often, so a 16 is very good. You've never had a bard in your party. So yeah, listening to these tales of these adventurers, the hijinks they would get into, them hunting down legendary artifacts. I mean, that it sounds like something out of a storybook, but apparently all of these knights are nodding along with appreciation.
We do have a storyteller, but I don't think it's a good idea to summon him right now. The
So you're
narrator.
saying there was 7 of them? We did it with only 5.
By the sounds of it, you did it with an army.
Well, the army dealt with Dragonborn.
So you had Desmond. You had 6.
Yeah, shush.
You had Luna. You.
We had a council, and so did we. Like, they had council people
They
that
did,
did
they
some
did,
work
yeah.
as well.
Yeah. But none of the legends ever speak about that. Anyways.
Exactly. So you hear about the work that they do, but you don't hear about the work that we do. I see how it is, sir.
Have you sent a bard onto a global pilgrimage in order to express your tales?
No, because that just sounds egotistical.
Yeah, I'm more the type of my actions will speak for themselves.
If your story is worth speaking, it will be spoken.
Yep.
Give it time. If your tales are as heroic as you believe, then all the realms will hear of it.
I'm the closest this party has to like storyteller / performer. I even got bagpipes. You want me to play them?
No.
Okay.
We have a strict no bagpipes policy. Unless, of course, it is a funeral rite to one of Moradin's clerics or worshippers.
So you're saying that if you just save a realm, they tell stories about you, but if you save the whole universe, no one cares?
Basically.
The universe hasn't been in threat or peril in a long time.
It was a year ago.
Nah, I
It
don't
was
think
like-
so.
It was like 20 minutes ago, and in about 10 minutes it's going to be.
I'm
But
pretty sure we would have heard about this.
and about another 30 minutes after that, it's probably going to be.
Like how many universe-ending things have we ran across in the last 2 years?
About a dozen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
do
they
I
don't feel
see-
it. They don't need to know about that. It's probably better.
Yeah, the giant serpent is a little scary.
One day I am still going to fish that thing. I need to wrangle it. But he did say that it will destroy the universe if I do that, so I'm holding off until, things happen.
Everything's
happen.
fucked. Go fishing.
Yeah. Fuck it all, I'm going fishing.
Fuck them.
Casmio's retirement plan is I'm gonna go wrangle the world serpent.
Any inn around?
Well, now that you've made it into the city, you notice that it is probably one of the biggest cities you all have ever seen. It has all of these very adorable looking shops, these wonderful looking buildings constructed, ancient looking, but still as well made as the day they were originally put here. You do notice there's quite a few of them that look newer as well, leaving those of you with a bit more insight to know that there has been troubles in this place's history, though apparently the city has never fallen. As you are passing by, you look over at the side of one of the high-rise on top of a hill section of the city, and there appears to be a dozen large churches stretching across that entire location. Each one very clearly well-established and well-determined towards their own god and deities. As you were...
This is what I was talking about. There's like lots of them.
Well, yes, there's many gods. Does your world not have many?
Yeah, there's a few. We've
Why-
only got one that actually walks.
Where do you hail from?
Zodiac. I forgot the name there for a second.
Zodiac? You mean the people with the charlatans that tried taking credit for Lasagna?
This
That
was
was
one,
actually
yeah.
proved.
Yeah. There's
That was exposed that
Says
he was a
who?
fake by the god of cooking.
Not my god of cooking.
I'm gonna get really close to this guy. and just
He
let him know,
smirks
like,
after saying that, by the way.
Okay, just be like, that's a really touchy subject right now, but y'all didn't fucking invent that shit. A wonderful woman invented it, who's no longer here anymore.
I did
and
not...
she reclaimed her title in that giant, massive cook-off that the whole universe could have partaken in.
I did not mean any disrespect. I apologize. I was trying to merely attempt to break the ice with a kindred lore.
Apology accepted, at least on my end. You didn't know. But now you do.
Is there anywhere to anywhere I can grab a bite?
Yes, of course. We have our bratwurst stand right there. He gestures out, and you see that it's a stall that just says, weenies by the foot.
Okay.
And you can buy bratwurst. Person you walk
Is
up to. and-
everything like stupid expensive?
I mean, stupid. 1 foot of bratwurst, like a foot of bratwurst, they are selling for 8 copper here.
Okay. It's like- I'll uh, I'll take out my uh, portable hole
Hmm.
because I don't have gold on me normally. But I'll open it. It's just like, it's like filled to the brim with gold. It's my personal stash I grabbed with me. I'll take a
Mhm.
couple gold and buy some of that.
All right, they will give you bratwurst by the foot.
Yeah. And I'll uh, pull back the roll hole and back in my pocket.
Which one of these is the change bringers?
It would be that one. He gestures up, and you see that there's this absolutely breathtaking looking figure of a woman whose hand is holding what appears to be some type of like orb or globe, and she's completely golden with flowing hair rolling to the back. However, as you're looking up there, Fabian will dismount his horse. Before you go speaking to any of the churches, I've been alerted that you will need to come speak to my High Clerist directly.
Do I remember her name?
I don't know, do you?
Oh, sorry. Joy, what's her name?
Say my
It
name.
is-
Say my name.
Lady Teresa.
Is she still alive, actually, or did we not kill her?
You guys did not kill her.
I thought she was one of the ones that got buried under it.
I mean, you don't know
Teresa-
who all died inside of it.
Yeah, that's true. Is it still Teresa, or did she manage to make it out?
Wait, where is she? She's not in the game.
She died.
No. No, Lady Teresa did not die. She made it out.
Yeah, because I think she was one of the ones that she was actually They did say that she was in Vasselheim at the time.
Yeah. It's one of the only reasons you were able to storm the fucking
Yeah.
mountain, because she hard counters you. What did you ask?
I'm asking him. Is it still Teresa, or did they have to replace
Lady Teresa.
her? I have no business with her.
She has business with you. If you wish
Fine.
to parade in our city, she needs to check
Check what?
his intentions.
Oh boy.
I'm not stepping foot in her temple, but you can meet me outside of it.
I'll bring you. And he'll walk the horse right next to you.
I'm going with Casimir.
So, as you approach, you notice that there's this incredibly, admittedly beautiful, gorgeous looking graveyard out before you. This absolutely breathtaking expanse of celebration of death. It is admittedly quite lovely to look at. You can see the tombstones, the trees, everything is perfectly manicured. And even at that, you see that there's a few individuals within the graveyard right now at a site weeping as a body is being lowered down into a grave. And you recognize Lady Teresa standing there. She seems to be giving a quieted prayer to all of them. And as Fabian steps, in order to make sure you all remain seated for a moment, you notice she gives a prayer of healing to those that were lost and a prayer of passage to the individual who died. After some quieted words, she begins walking out of the cemetery Holy shit, it's supposed to be a lovely cemetery. Shut the fuck up.
That wasn't very lovely.
Here, we'll just go with creepy then. Fuck it. Doesn't suit it either. Here we go. She approaches slowly over towards you all, walking directly up to you, Casimir. I'll just move you guys over here because I don't really have a map for this. Casimir.
Teresa? Glad to see you didn't perish.
No, I did not. Though quite a few of my friends, I had to escort their souls into the beyond.
It was a rather messy business.
It was.
Shame things had to end up that way.
It is. You have my condolences as well.
What do you want to discuss?
She gives you a very small smile. You all are not individuals that can step foot into Exandria and not be noticed. I gained word that you all were in Marquette, but 30 minutes ago, presumably when you arrived on that mountain ridge. I want to know why you are here.
Are you asking this? Or is a wisp asking this?
She looks past you, and Vindir, you notice that there's a raven sitting up on the roof of this small church. Compared to all the other gods' churches, so incredibly tiny. And she seems to just look over at the raven. It is myself asking you.
Vindia, did you not say that you might have had some questions for one of this kind?
We'll see how well she knows her goddess first. What can you tell me about the usurper?
Answer my question first, please.
The god sent a messenger. We came to answer and talk terms.
If
They
I
came
know-
to us, not the other way around.
I know quite a bit about all of you now. What happened to the messenger?
They were returned to their sender.
Agreeably?
They spoke impolite at the wrong time and intruded on something they shouldn't have.
Of course.
It was the anniversary of her, and it was her gravesite. They were in the wrong place.
Clearly they were.
They were
There's
lucky,
no-
That's all.
There's no greater disrespect to an individual's soul than defiling the day of celebration of their life.
It was a creature of the Changebringers, chasing an accomplice of ours.
Vindir, would you do me the honors of creating a zone of truth around me?
Yep. And I'll go ahead and cast it.
You sense she willingly fails. Casimir?
Is this a charm spell?
Enchantment. Charm has to specify charm now in the description. Yay! New spells.
That's what I'm just checking.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, you are not charmed nor compelled. Well, you are compelled, you are not charmed.
He'll fail.
Okay.
Same.
Vindir, can you confirm my failure?
Yeah, everybody's failed, sounds like. Or
Er?
feels like.
Are you failing?
Am I failing or feeling?
Are you failing the spell?
Oh,
Zone of Truth.
yeah, I'll fail it.
And how about you, Vindir?
No one would know otherwise, but I will fail as well.
Okay. Charisma save for Fabian, remember, +5. So 20.
Fail.
Fabian is the only one successful.
No, he failed. I have a 22.
Oh, never mind. He failed. Holy shit, 22 now. We love 22.
Mm-hmm.
Good. I wish to speak with you earnestly and honestly, where there are not ears, mouths, or eyes pertaining to any other divine nature other than mine. Would you please follow me into the church? And you know, Vindir, every word she said has to be true.
Yeah.
Do
I
you
mean,
intend to pass harm, or displace, or cast magic on any of us, or try to do any of your funny little tricks on me?
I have no intentions of being deceptive in this request by performing any magics that would come with an ill-willed nature. Though, of course, I am always prepared to handle you if conversations do not say amicable.
As long as we can maintain our composure and be pleasant with each other, we can remain neutral on both sides. But sure, if you have such a place, so be it.
She will walk past all of you, and Fabian goes to the flank behind you, Casimir. Ties his horse to the outside of the church as all of you walk into it. As soon as you open the door, you notice that it is pitch black in here. A magical darkness that only Vindir can pierce his eyes and sight through. But as soon as you cross the threshold, Lady Teresa turns her fingers upwards, and you notice these sconces giving the ever faintest little glow of light that allows each of you to see just barely enough in front of you. The magical darkness being oppressive in nature in here, and the walls being foreign to each of you. You do not know the distance they are from where you stand other than the, well, physical nature of the building outside. She walks through here, all of you following, those of you in front by the sight of the back of her shawl that she has resting over her shoulder. Everyone else by the sounds of her heels clacking against perfect marble black floors. As you move through here, she approaches over towards a pool in the ground. You see more sconces ignite as now all of you can see she is standing opposite the pool towards all of you. It is a pool of blood. Casimir, you do feel a little thirsty, but by no means out of control. It does smell exquisitely well-aged.
Nothing can compel me to drink.
Exactly.
And just in case, Kaz can see in magical darkness, or is this like because it's that god? It's still can he still?
It
not
is the
see?
god herself that shrouds
I
this
figured
place.
so. Yeah.
Yes. So, as you are standing there, she gestures closer towards the pool of blood that she is opposite all of you. You can see that there is a single statue behind her, a perfectly blackened silhouette of a feathered, robed individual towering and leaning over with a completely blank-faced mask, staring downwards. Casimir, the sight of this individual sends a little shiver down your spine. But you don't sense any hostility stemming from anybody in here. Aside from Fabian. He clearly has a lot of hostility towards you that you can sense. Clearly, he would. But Lady Teresa, no hostility whatsoever. Caution, you can sense.
Yeah, he'll be gauging everyone's feelings continuously through this.
You had a question for me, Vindia. What was it?
Yeah, well, it's really a test to see how much you know. Tell me about the usurping.
Fabian. Yes, lady. Tend to your horse and put them in the stables. My lady, I am not supposed to leave your side in this place. If they were a threat to me, they would already be acting. And I have contingencies. I am safe here. I do not wish for you to listen to this conversation. Very well. And he begrudgingly leaves. With his heavy armor, there's zero possibility Vindir and Elowin do not hear him as he's leaving. In case anybody was curious if he's hiding. Zero possibility.
Kaz is just gonna like curl his fingers and like wave.
Yeah.
Entirely just been a dick.
Clink, 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 dunk, 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 dunk.
I just imagine the narrator just drinking his ambrosia while listening and watching all of this, but not saying a single word.
He's a deity. Could he listen here?
Who knows? So, the usurping. I assume you are speaking of the Queen of Ravens usurping the previous god of death of this domain?
Yep.
Or are you speaking of Vorvik attempting to usurp her?
No, I don't believe. I want to talk about something that happened thousands of years ago.
Her being the usurper. Yes.
Correct.
I am aware of it, though it is not something that she nor the rest of the Pantheon wishes to be public knowledge. It would be seen as a weakness, though it clearly is not.
It's a contradiction.
What is contradictory?
She's the rebirth of death, but she has a problem with the living undead.
She's not the rebirth of death. She's the wielder of the dominion of the passage between life to death. She is the one who guides and carries the souls of those that perish, so they do not flood into our realm, and so that they move on to theirs.
Yeah, we're just going to argue semantics, but that's my belief, and others feel the same way, I would
Very
imagine.
well. Then let
I
us
just wanna
not
know how
waste
she
our
did.
breath on that. How she did.
Yes.
The only individuals whom are aware of how that is done currently are incapable of speaking or expression. You see, when it happened, there was a strange cosmic event. A thinning between the realms, the veil between them becoming so incredibly thick that magic surged in a unique manner. Even the greatest of diviners were not able to wield this information, though some of us have theorized that it was destroyed by the originating deities of this and all the other realms. for fear that that would take place. She served death and the previous god whose name is gone and written out. She worshipped them, was devoted to them, gave herself to them wholly and without hesitation. And from all that I have been able to glean, she knew that she needed to take that responsibility from him. That she would wield it as it was meant to be wielded, to serve mortals over serving a grander scheme. Of course, she also took over fate when she gained this dominion, which is much more restraining in what she's capable of conveying to mortals. Though you've been touched by fate numerous times. She looks at Casimir, Vindir.
Makes you say that?
She approaches towards you and will place a hand, just 2 fingers against your chest, as for the first time in a long time, you see your tether appear in front of you. And when she pulls her finger downwards, you see that there is a silver thread that goes through the chain of your tether into your chest.
Damn.
She releases it, and it's no longer seen. Elowin, you are aware that everybody has a tether to their home plane of existence because your home plane is the ley lines. You do not possess a tether anymore. You have one technically, but it doesn't forcibly drag you back. It's how when people sometimes stumble into foreign realms, they will return home. It is a safety precaution, mostly against the Fae. Fae have a party, bring you into the Fae wilds. 2 days later, you're back home. Though for you, it might be years.
Yeah.
So do I know what that tether is? Like what she did, or?
You know what a tether is. You were here when I described them previously, right?
Yes.
The tether that keeps you... Yeah, but that thread you've never seen before, that silver thread.
So I'm going to be like, what's that? When I see that silver thread.
It is the manifestation of how much you interact with the weave of fate. An entire thread of it is dedicated to each of the 3 of you. The decisions you make have much more grand a consequence and of triumph than of others without it.
So, does this mean... I don't know. I'm just Erg. Just trying to do my best.
Of course. And that is what makes an individual a hero. To what end were you asking this question, Vindir?
Just curious.
Do you believe that... Do you think that she was being deceptive towards me?
I'm not sure. I'm going to have to ask her myself.
You wish to speak to her yourself?
I will eventually, yeah.
You may now. She gestures at the pool of water, or blood.
Am I just going to talk through a portal, or is she going to come out of there?
You go in. And when you are on the verge between life and death, that is when she will speak to you. Though you would have to return before your breath is gone and your life is over. In this temple, one whom perishes does not come back.
That is good to know.
Yeah.
If you die here, you are dead, perma-dead, because the Raven Queen don't play that shit.
Well, I don't have the time to play games with her before talking to her. We'll save that for a different day.
The restrictions are put into place for a reason. Though if you would prefer to go speak with her directly in her realm, I don't believe she would be inamenable to that, under the guise of a little assistance, of course.
Assisting her with what?
Recently, the number of souls being sent to her to be
Process.
resent to their dominion, their ever after, their fate, has been substantially larger than usual, taking a much larger portion of her concentration. With her not protecting the realm that she oversees, except for the wayward souls, the native denizens are becoming much more restless and irate. And many of them are exhibiting powerful need for destruction. You see, when a soul is killed, it destroys whom it was forever. Her
Now-
responsibility is to ensure that they do not die. There's a group of vampires in her realm, the Shadowfell. They are attempting to take over larger territories, destroying native denizens of this world. If you were able to quell them either through your higher being, she gestures at you, Casimir, or through your higher capacity, she gestures at you, Elowen, or heightened might, she gestures at you, that would alleviate enough of her time to be able to speak with all of you.
Do we pursue all three at the same time, or can we only pursue one of those endeavors?
How you handle the situation shows what type of individuals you are. It is not our responsibility to tell you how to be, only to show you a path. Whichever is necessary for you.
It could be useful for us. Svindir, you have questions, but she may be one of the more willing ones to answer. At least about this topic.
But I know we need to deal with our messengers as well.
I feel like they won't send anyone right now. They seemed worried in the last time. But how long do you think this trip would be? Is this something that you can send us there yourself?
I can.
If we're only dealing with vampires, I can quickly eat them.
And you all notice she is completely unfazed by everything you are saying. No sign of reaction. The only sign of emotion she shared was empathy towards Liara's anniversary of her funeral being disrespected.
Okay. Interesting. Is it because of Liara, or is it because just the disrespect in general?
Who knows? You may ask her if you want. She's still under a zone of truth.
I'm going to ask her, what do you know of Liara? Before you met us.
Before our encounter with one another, I knew that she was created and at first believed to be a pure, I apologize for the terminology, abomination of a soul. We learned later on that her soul developed into something stronger. It became equivalent to that of any other mortal whose soul has ever existed. I know that she was also like you. She looks over at Elowin. Untouched by fate, but ultimately disturbing of it on a scale much grander than many. I know what she was rumored to be responsible for doing by the Whisk Collective, and I know how dangerous she could have been. I know that there was multiple paths she could have chosen. I'm aware that she was a kind friend, a reasonable employer, and a very loving traveling companion. And I know that it is not her fault that she was subjected to life as she was.
You knew her quite well. Thank you.
Yes.
What was the word you used? Not consequences, but that we changed. Me and Liara changed the world. Could change the world in a bigger way.
Mhm.
Has anything happened recently with the destruction of the mountain?
Yes. There's been numerous repercussions with that. I am assuming because of the guilt written upon your face that it is your fault and responsibility.
It is.
Nomadic tribes have stopped traveling across the desert in order to set up and gain more access to coins that were left behind. Other ores, diamonds, gems that were all reasonable resources. As they have stopped doing that, the population of purple worms out there have also started going towards these congregated locations, freeing them up and freeing them from consuming other more deadly predators to surface dwellers that may march across Marquette and potentially eat all of them. Because of the influx of the amount of money that was gained into our realm from this mountain being opened up, like a cadaver on a table, many locations have already adapted to raising the prices of everything that they have. The cost of a beverage, just a simple ale, has gone up nearly 30%. And the cost of everything much more expensive has gone up astronomically as well.
What did you do here? Looking to Elwin.
I was wondering how can I fix this?
You can't.
What did you do?
You remember the mountain we've teleported to? That was kind of destroyed.
Yes.
And you remember when I opened my keep, you saw the gold?
Sort of, yes.
Make 1 + 1. That
3.
I got like a lot of gold, and I bought all the adamantium that I could find. So, yeah, that was a lot.
So you robbed them of their natural resources.
Yeah, I guess.
Is there a world you don't blow up?
If what? Sorry.
Nothing, forgive my tongue, it must be the spell. Oh wait, he can't go. Sort of lying. Not really. Who cares which one's about? Let's meet your god. Is she going to play nice?
Admittedly, Casimir, your kind are far more welcomed in her realm than you are on the mortal coil, including by her. And by us. Your kind belong in the Shadowfell. Death, undeath, vampirism. All of these things are native there, stem from there, thrive there.
I will not be remaining. I will be leaving afterwards.
We wouldn't be foolish enough to try to control you.
Good. As long as we have that.
I
Nothing
have
else.
one other request.
You're asking a lot.
I
But
am.
what might that be?
That you give the Changebringer a little bit of time before they answer the consequences of their actions. Vindir, you see out of the corner of your eye, Jonas looks at you and nods his head yes.
Okay.
I have your word.
Yeah.
She'll look at you, Casimir.
I do not intend to. How do I say this? They may have slighted me by what they have done. But that does not mean I wish to bear thanks at them immediately.
Mhm.
It seems something is happening and going on, and we came to discuss terms. Not to wage war. That's their talk, not ours. For now. But what do we get in return?
You get me to send you to the Shadowfell as you need. And you all gain a whisper of death.
What's a
What is
whisper of
that?
death?
She reaches into her side pocket in her dress. Yes, her dress has pockets. And she pulls out
Nice.
coins and folds them over her hand. 4 coins. These are final words that you are allowed to speak into a coin and give to somebody whom is dead or when they die, so that they will be able to hear them.
Fine.
Your word?
I said fine. Doesn't seem happy about it.
She will hold her hand across the pool of blood.
Yo shit.
And each of you can take one of these coins.
Okay.
You have 50 words you can tell to somebody on the other side. Okay?
We need to do it like on top of the thing of blood, or we can do it anywhere we want, anytime.
You speak the words into the coin, And then you toss the coin into a body of water in which it can be fully submerged. When it sinks to the bottom, it will find its way to whom you intended it for, so long as their soul ever touched the passage in the Shadowfell. And if they are still living, when they perish, they will receive the coin's words. It's a one-time consumable thing. It's kind of like Speak to Dead, but like you know.
Can
You
you take
can't-
that out in chat?
Sure.
We can't answer.
No, they cannot.
Okay. You said that this place was like a huge city. Like
Let me type this. Let me type this out in
sorry.
chat. Sorry.
Sorry.
There you are.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm trying to be better about this so that in 50 sessions time when we actually use it, we have the text there to actually know what we're talking about.
Yep.
Yes.
Because so many items we've come up and we're like, yeah, I've got this thing, I've no idea what it does. So
The
we said
fuck
it
is
at the
this
time.
thing? The
Yeah.
fuck is that?
So I'm trying to be better. Can we get actual text for this?
All right.
Let us go then. We do not have much time, but if you can take us to the Shadowfell, give us a direction of where these problems are, then we can make your gods and have a discussion there.
Mm-hmm.
Of course. Now, before I do that, Elowen, what question were you asking?
Oh, the city we are in is like the biggest city we have ever seen.
Oh yeah, hands down the largest city any of you
Okay.
have ever been a part of.
Okay, so there's gonna be markets and all that shit.
Oh, everything in this city, yeah.
So
Everything?
Except arcane bullshit. You won't find any arcane bullshit in Vassal High.
so no magic items.
No, you'll find magic items, just no arcane bullshit.
Okay.
Good thing mine's is just metal bullshit, so I'm good.
Yeah.
Bit. I thought right now, but is there a way I could like buy rare, maybe legendaries or
Fuck no, not legendaries. Mm-mm.
Okay, very rare, maybe.
Not finding items like that is always going to cost you downtime to
Okay.
be able to find. You don't willy-nilly like I walk into a random shop, legendary item. Like it's not.
Okay.
Yeah. If they
Okay.
were that common, they wouldn't be legendary.
Maybe just
Let's look at the
uncommons.
rock house.
Uncommon shit you can probably easily find in this city, yes. Though you
Okay.
are paying 50% more than what their pricing is supposed to be.
Because of my own fault.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, Exandria's economy was getting fucked long before you. You were just like... You were the hammer that cracked the egg.
But the
Damn.
egg was cracked beforehand.
I just exploded the egg.
Yeah. Nobody else here knows, but yeah, Exandria's economy was getting fucked for a long time.
Okay.
So beautiful.
Mhm.
Shall I assist you all with leaving now? Or would you prefer to take time to do something first?
I'm ready to go.
I'm
Although we
ready to
need details of these vampires she'll want to get stuff in.
There will be one of the ravens chosen, her champion, in her estate. He will be able to better inform you.
Okay.
Do, 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 do.
I wonder who that'll be. I think this will be our first time actually going to the Shadowfell.
Of course. So, if everybody's ready to go,
Yep.
she will gesture for you to join hands, place her hands around your shoulders, and all of you see the pool of blood begins moving and melding over top of you as it engulfs you completely, drowning you inside of it. And when you open your eyes, the blood seems to be receding, leaving a very slick layer across all of your skin, your armor, your clothes. As you are standing inside of a beautiful courtyard that has a large fountain of a raven with feathers wide open calling towards the sky. Everything here is grayscaled. Gray, black, and white. There's no other distinctions of color. Even your fur has become just light gray.
Like all the life's been sucked out.
Yes. You look over and there is this gorgeous, ancient, Gothic castle directly in front of you. Easily 120, 140 feet tall, with these magnificent double doors that have etchings of ravens and symbols of prayer all throughout them. And as you're looking at that, Vendir, you are caught off guard as you hear someone behind you clear their voice that you did not hear.
How'd you get there?
He looks over at you. Well, I've been standing here much longer than you have. You are the ones that Teresa told me were coming? Correct?
And you're
well,
the champion.
Vaxildon. Immediately, you recognize he's the member of Vox Machina that died.
Wait a minute. I know you.
Oh. I don't really do autographs. That's more Scanlin's bit.
Here's the thing, though. How many people can say they got an autograph from someone who's dead while they're dead?
I mean, I've gotten plenty.
Yes. You realize I'm dead.
Yeah.
We've met undead.
You're a zombie. That's different.
He walks over to you. You're a vampire?
Yes.
And he moves with like a weightless grace that Vendir freaks you the fuck out because he doesn't leave any signs of movement. No signs of impressions in the grass. No markings in the air. Like, there's nothing to his presence as he moves. It is the weirdest thing you've ever encountered in your life.
Are you physically here?
He'll reach his hand out towards you, Vendir, and just, whoop, I got your nose. As he touched your nose.
Okay.
So you're a vampire.
You don't have an issue.
She has an issue, I don't care. Well, so long as you're not in lines with Delilah, are you?
Which she are you talking about?
The Raven
Do I know
Queen.
Do I know anyone by that name?
Delilah, you can roll me a history check. Or religion. Either one would work.
Would I have advantage from reading through Cassandra's notes?
Yes.
Hey there, Delilah.
Elwyn, that's more recent history as well.
Oh, so I have no idea.
No idea.
Okay.
16. You remember there was a Delilah Briarwood that you read of, but you don't. You kind of skipped over because her entire thing was just like really sad, tragic, woe is me bullshit.
The only one that comes to mind of that name is some stupid love story. Something about like, oh, the whole world's against them, and I love my husband, and blah blah blah.
Well,
Anything to do with that?
you're clearly not married, and you're clearly not in kindred or alignment with her. Well then, we have no issues then. Shall we begin discussing your responsibilities while here?
Sure. We heard that you had some pests of my kind somewhere about here.
Yes, we do. Admittedly, there's quite a lot of vampires through this entire realm. And some of them are becoming more restless.
Which
Raven Queen.
lines?
You're aware of the lineages. Oh. Good for you. You might be the right ones for the job, then. Kane.
Oh,
Where's Abel?
Oh, the vampires that are associated with Abel honestly have not been that big of an issue.
They're
Well-
not able to.
they're... I don't believe they're my responsibility, but they're my line.
However you see fit to dealing with them. See, personally, if it's up to me, he just raises his hand and you see a dagger is already between his fingers. Again, Vindir, at this point you need to roll a perception check to see if you can see the shit that he's doing.
Alright.
Because you didn't passively notice him do anything.
30.
No. You're not sure what the fuck this guy is. But as good as you are at looking and seeing things, he is at not being seen.
Great.
Does the blade look nice? The
Oh,
dagger?
absolutely exceptional. It has this nice curvature towards the top, but it has this weighted edge towards the back of the blade before the hilt that you would guess would allow it to soar through the air with utmost efficiency. The markings on it as well seem to have some type of unique teleportation runes affixed to it.
Nice blade. I've got quite a few myself. Casimir brings out like 6 daggers that are all magical.
Nice. He'll open up his cloak and you see just line across his studded leather armor is daggers.
I don't use these ones as much. I prefer the big one.
I have a friend that would have gotten along with you swimmingly. What were you about to ask, Elwyn?
So, this place is not very kind to undead, as I...
Oh no, this place is exceptionally kind to undead. The material realm, not at all. But here, well, undead are born here, as strange as that might sound. And many of them that leave come here to exist in perpetuity. It is a location where they are far more native to it than other places in the world. Though, of course, undead can do whatever they right well please if it's up to me.
And what about dragons? Any beef with dragons?
Well, I have them.
God damn it!
Dragon killed
Everyone
my
does.
best friend.
Well, why do everyone have a beef with dragon?
A dragon
dragon.
killed my best.
Don't
I'm a
worry,
new
they just
dragon.
walk in their skin. They're not actually one.
Oh,
Kinda. Yeah.
it's good then.
It's disgusting, I know.
Vindir, you do notice like a half second too late, he's like resheathing 4 daggers.
I'll
His-
go like 60 feet just further, so I can transform to dragon and just stretch.
Well, that's not going to be conspicuous at all. However you want to deal with these guys is completely up to you. They have roundabouts that they do within the city itself. Now, if some of the wayward souls, people who don't agree with being dead, encounter you all, you must pretend that you belong here, or else they may attempt to have you bring them back. And by no means should you all ever bring a wayward soul back with you to the material realms. That is just asking for me to have to do more work.
Should you also say that you should not give away any versions of yourself to any people that you might meet in here as well?
Well, yes, of course, but that's more just common sense.
Did we all
Version?
hear this?
Version of ourselves.
Elowen. Your simulacrum.
Oh, yeah.
This is it entirely. He is calling Elwyn out specifically.
Yes.
What about Ur's alter ego, the God Killer?
That was in the abyss.
Yeah. You can still be
Yeah.
here, maybe? Who knows?
This isn't the abyss. This is pre-abyss. Souls descend on and go to the abyss.
My simulacrum is currently forging gold.
Hmm.
So,
These vampires will be very rowdy, very obnoxious, usually covered in blood as well. I'm going to take the west side of the city, and you 4 could take the east if you want. Does that sound reasonable?
Mm-hmm.
Sure. I'll handle my kin.
Now, their leader's name is Goldfang. If you come across Goldfang, he may actually be a bit harder to deal with. If you all don't feel like working yourselves that hard, just, contact me and I'll come clean him up. But he's been very evasive from me. Don't want you all to get hurt or anything. Keep in mind, if you die here, you stay here.
We've dealt with that. Vindir, don't die.
So what
I have a
happens
new
if you
I have a
age-
new trick up my sleeve, so I should be okay.
What'd you
So
say?
what would happen if you were to like age in reverse? Would you still be stuck here?
I don't fucking know. What?
He became a baby once.
I was unalived. Literally, I was aged in reverse to the point where I didn't exist.
Oh, you guys deal with some stupid shit then. All right.
Is that considered death or just not being born anymore?
How the fuck should I know?
This is your place. You've been here longer
No.
than I have.
I've only been here for like 100 and something years, okay? This isn't my home. I'm just stuck here for the time being.
This
what's
is
his
and this
first name
isn't
again?
the abyss.
What was your question, Elowen?
What was his name again?
Vaxildon.
Vaxeldon, that's one of the Vakmaktina.
Yep, this is him. That's Vax.
Hey, narrator, do you know anything about Vaxeldon?
Oh boy, do I. Vaxeldon. And over the next 45 minutes, the narrator will regale you a story about
Oh my
Vaxeldon.
gosh.
But we're going to end the session here this week, guys.
What happened to the element of surprise?
Oh, Vax is just a guy. He's fine.
No, I'm just talking about him, like the narrator talking endlessly.
Well, I mean, you don't ask the narrator to speak if you don't want him to speak. Anyways, players, thank you all very much for playing. Viewers, thank you for watching. I hope you all had a fantastic time. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Yes.